Take a stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Sam. All right, so for tonight's meeting, we do not have any formal speakers. Obviously, we have the forum tonight in Torch.
I mean, last week was pretty busy. So we had some, my name is Fumiko. I'm a freshman representative here. And so I serve on the campus unity and the disability advocacy committee. And so right now we're trying to invite a speaker, from White State, to talk about disability, because White State has pretty good for true stuff. And also we have huge fun and that we're trying to spend out running out of it by the end of this semester. So that's right now what we're working on right now. And that's it.
Thank you so much, Senator Wow. Are there any other SGA members that would like to give reports this evening? Senator Reese.
So we're working on the advocacy project, working on trying to get some tables put into a little patio in front of Americrest. So we started this one last year, and then it kind of died over the summer, so we reached out to those contacts again. We talked to Ms. Lisa Sheritz, who's the property manager of Americrest, and she said that she would submit it to her supervisor for budgetary consideration. So that's where we are with that, and yeah.
Thank you so much, Senator Reese. Are there any other SGA reports this evening? Director Smith-Custer.
Last Friday I met with Cadre, and they would like to partner with us to have, kind of like how we had mental health training, they would like all of SGA to be trained in alcohol and drug awareness. So, more for that to come.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Any other SGA members that would like to give reports this evening? Senator Osterling.
All right. So on the Sustainability Committee, we're currently working on having a panel set for this Thursday called Meet Your Sustainability Representatives or Resources. Favorite one. It's a goal. Our goal is kind of facilitate interaction between the students, staff, and faculty at UD, trying to make sure that we all know about the sustainable initiatives here on campus, the challenges we face, and bring those into fruition to the campus, and trying to overcome those obstacles. So.
Thank you so much, Senator. Are there any other SGA reports this evening? All right, seeing no more, moving into mine. We had a pretty great week, and we have a pretty big upcoming week. So first and foremost, as you guys all know, tonight we have the forum. We're partnering with SAC on campus safety and public safety. This panel tonight will consist of Dr. Spina, Bill Fisher, Chris Schramm, and that should be an incredible time. It's path eligible. It's going to be in Torch Lounge from 8 to 9 p.m. So make sure if you guys have not, I've seen all of you guys on social media. You guys have been doing an awesome job really getting that message out there. Please, I hope you'll be there yourselves. Again, as with all of the other forums and panels that we've had, this is really your opportunity to show that you are advocating on behalf of your constituents. You are showing up. You are taking your role seriously. So please show out to that. This week, Lauren and I traveled to Columbus for a statewide sexual violence prevention conference. It was a really awesome time. We got to network with leaders from other schools, learned a little bit about how their public safeties and how their campuses address sexual violence. So we learned a lot there. That was great. While we were there, Erica was meeting with Danielle, Senator Reese, and a few members of the administration in planning tonight's forum. This upcoming week, Erica and I will be meeting with representatives from Aviate. I believe Jake Trowline will be there as well, talking about really our administrative goals regarding the housing system and how we want to improve that within the year. If you guys have any questions for that, or if you guys want to provide feedback or let me know questions to ask them, please let me know. Blair, if your committee has anything that you want us to talk about, let us know. We'll be happy to take that to them. Last thing we want to talk about is a date coming up. It's November 15th. November 15th, we actually have two events that are happening right around the same time. So what we're going to do, I think Mr. Mercado is going to put out a poll in a little bit here in the group meet, but we're essentially going to need to split up representation. On November 15th, as Nick was mentioning, we have the second series of that Meet Your. It's going to be Meet Your Sustainability representatives on campus. So there'll be representatives from the Sustainability Committee, the Sustainability Club, the Hanley Sustainability Institute, as well as Food Recovery Network there. So a few of us will need to be there and show support for that event. And I'll provide dates and times within this coming week. The second event on November 15th, we are partnering with student advocates, and they're doing sort of a panel and forum on student rights and specifically the code of conduct. David Yakazan, who's the president of Student Advocates, him and I have been working closely on this. We've been in a code circle together all year, but really that event should be similar to the forum that we're having tonight, just more geared towards the actual code of conduct and duty rules rather than public safety as a whole. That is really all I got. Thank you guys. I know tonight's Senate is going to be a little bit different. This is our first round of special requests. So as soon as I sit down, we're going to have special requests from all three organizations that you see the bills before you today. Then we will move into Senate floor, and we will actually debate and vote on how much funding to award these organizations. So thank you all so much. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for the Meet Your SGA event. That was incredible this past week. We got awesome feedback, not only from those comment cards, but from housing themselves, saying that we need to do more of those events. We had right around 170 people show up, which for such a small space that we were in, I was blown away. So thank you all that came out and helped out with that. That was awesome. And that is all I got. Thanks so much. With that being said, Alpha, is that? Oh, member of the week, Duke. Can you help me out with that?
I can.
Thank you. Do you want to do this?
Sure, okay. Our member of the week is someone that we really appreciate and such a great leader. And here he is.
No. You said it was not me.
I'm
Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. Please exit out of that screen. All right. So moving on with actual business. Our first special request presentation that we have tonight is from Phi Alpha. So if you guys want to come up and present, we would love to hear you. Senators, as they do present, take notes. Look at the bill that actually deals with their funding. Ask any and all questions that you guys have, because once they're done presenting, you won't be able to ask those questions anymore during Senate. Thanks so much.
Hello, I'm Desmond Van, and this is Trey Lamar, and we're here for Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. I'm the vice president, and this is the president. And to tell you more about Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, we develop leaders, promote brotherhood and academic excellence while providing service and advocacy for our communities.
So what he just stated is our mission, which is why we choose to go to work and want to do what it's whatever we did that we do. So I requested $1,134, and within that amount is 4 different needs. So the largest amount would be the insurance premium, which is $700. Which what that is the national organization requires each chapter to pay an insurance premium of $700, which covers us for all incidents that may happen, rather it be intake activities, rather it be activity hold, rather it be car accidents going to an event. So because we're such, I want to say a liability, with the undergraduate chapters are very much, we're in control of our own boards. We don't have much like supervision from like the national headquarters, so we have to make sure we're covered within all expenses, whether it be whatever intake or activity that may be. The second, we also have the grant tax, which is $75, which is just a fee that we pay to nationals that require us to be an active worker. So for us to have events, for us to conduct intake, for us to do anything we do have to be very active, which that would be that $75 that I just spoke about. Third would be a district conference. So our fraternal years are broken into two, so the fall and the spring. So in the fall is district conference, which our district was just Ohio, and then in the spring is regionals, which is 13 states or 13 districts. So we are all required to go to both conferences a year. And so with each new member of the org is required to go to that conference within that different fraternal year. So we just had an initiative of an organization by the name of Aaron Brown. And so since he's the new initiate, he is required to go to district conferences, which we do a lot of stuff about. We vote on our national programs, which are 4 of them, which are
Go to high school, go to college, A Boldest People is a Hopeless People, Project Alpha, and My Brother's Keeper.
So within those 4 national programs, we vote on how we give money and how we choose to allocate funding and resources to those national programs, as well as every member of the state is at this conference. So therefore, you get to meet hundreds of other brothers, network on a great scale. You meet our general president, Everett B. Ward, which is there, our Midwest Regional Vice President, which is Dr. Laundrie III, and they're just great people to know. And then also at this conference, you get qualified for all types of, so we have a process called IMDb, it's an international membership development process, and that's the process that we go to become brothers. So in order to conduct that process, each member of the order has to be certified. And that certification only happens at those 2 conferences. So as Aaron being a member, he's required to go so he can get that experience where he learns how to conduct business. He learns about Robert's Rules of Order, which is how we conduct official business. He learns about just what it means to be a brother. And given your first year as a brother is very different. You're new, you're excited, but also you need to realize that the work doesn't stop once you get into work. So once you get into work, that's when things get hectic. You want to do it like this, and you learn a lot how to conduct those type of meetings and how to maneuver in that way at these 2 conferences. So the registration fee for the 3 of us will be $300. So then that brings to $1,075. So then also we partner with one of our London brothers on campus, says that he'll help pay for our expenses there and with food. He'll pay half of it. So for our expenses there being gas and food and hotels and things like that, came to about $120, and then he'll say he'll pay half of it. So then it's another $65. So that brings us to a total of $1,139. So any questions about any of those?
So thank you guys for coming today. Question is, if we were to provide you that full amount, what steps would you take to try to raise that money from outside sources?
So we are a national organization, and so the national organization is broken into alumni chapters, and alumni chapters specifically oversee each college chapter. So the Dayton Alumni chapter, which is named with Dayton under, they're the ones that we go through when we conduct all business. So I was at a chapter meeting with them last week, also requesting for money because of college chapters are usually not the most. Also, we don't have the most money as opposed to like people going jobs and things like that. So there are supports. So everything that we do, all the resources we need, whether it be just knowing the right name, how to send emails, just things like that, we go through the on chapter. So I also looked at them numerous times about how to help raise goals so we can make it happen.
Great, thank you.
How many total members are part of this organization?
3 total. Me, myself, and then a senior by the name of Aaron Brown.
Was there any reason why you didn't go through the qualifying paper class?
So we are a new org on campus, given we were both initiated in the spring of last year. And so prior to that, we considered a dead org because we had no brothers on campus. So us both being new, I was not aware. I got the email, but I was not aware of how that was supposed to look. And I also did not know that I was able to use SGA funding for stuff like this. I thought more events on campus. I was not aware that I could ask for funding for insurance premiums or conferences. So that was my fault that I was not aware of how certain things work being a new member of the organization.
Any other questions? All right, thank you guys so much. All right, next up we have a representative from our Model UN team to talk about their request.
Hey y'all, I'm Joey. I'm the vice president of Model UN here at the University of Dayton. I'm just going to give a quick, brief overview of what we actually do in Model UN. It's actually quite similar to SGA. We also follow parliamentary procedure and we practice a lot of that. Well, this semester we'll be heading to Chicago for our fall conference called AMUN. Here it's all conferences are mostly the same. We go and we debate on problems, like real world problems that happen. Each delegate meets a different committee. We usually have a partner, and we discuss in groups how to solve these problems in the most professional manner by writing these resolutions. And I really enjoy it because it helps me with public speaking, it helps me with professional writing, and it's great with communication. or communicating effectively and efficiently. Another great aspect of it is you get to meet kids from all around the world. Like I met kids last year from China, Africa, from South America, like anywhere you can think of. It was just a great experience for everyone in the club. But last year for our fall conference, we incurred over expenses. It was hotel, like the two major ones were hotel and our delegate fees. And now obviously you can imagine that the hotel, like the hotels in Chicago are not too cheap. I guess last year we incurred $3,832 worth of hotel fees, and our delegate fees were $1,358. So that's not too small of numbers, and we're just looking to see if we can get some help from SGA and see if we can get kids to this conference. Our main goal for this club is to build our retention. This year, actually, we had built a lot of retention through, I guess, social media and just word of mouth. We gained, I think, 15 extra members this year just through recruiting people. And I want to give these kids an experience on, these conferences and how to professionally write, how to public speak better, and stuff like that. And that's our main goal, is just to build our retention, just keep on building our club up. Our total cost that we had requested was $5,747 for our conference. The four costs were hotel rooms, team dinner, delegate fees, and gas.
All right, are there any questions?
Specifically for this year, what are the delegate fees?
Delegate fees are $1,358. They're usually the same every year. For this fall conference, I believe it's the same as last year. And then for our next conference, which is the end-month conference, it's in New York, it's the international conference, it'll be probably more expensive just because it's a much bigger conference.
Did you attend this last year?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Do you think you benefited and were able to bring stuff back to campus?
Yeah. So, I've been doing modeling for 4 years now. I did it for 2 years in high school, and I did it last year. And I loved, our community that so much that I wanted to run for vice president. And I thought, it was a great experience for me. And A1 is a very big conference. It's one of the major conferences that a lot of us college schools go to. And my committee last year was around 500 kids. And, it was difficult public speaking in front of 500 individuals. But I think it definitely improved, my public speaking. Patience, definitely. You have to have patience with these kids just because they're some different kids in the club. But no, I think I did. I think it definitely. I brought home some really good skills and that I improved on, and especially with my writing too. Like my writing and the language that I use for papers for English or whatever class is definitely improved.
How many members total do you guys have?
Right now we have 36. Last year we had around, I believe, 25, 22, something like that, yeah.
And same question that I asked the last week, if you weren't to receive the full amount of funding that you hope for, how would you make up the difference?
Yeah, so this is something we've been talking about lately in Secretariat about how we would actually acquire funding. There's a lot of different ways we could do it. We were trying to think of some fun ways, maybe like a 5K, something like that, something that would benefit us and maybe another organization partnering with other school organizations such as OME. I know I have a friend in OME, and we were thinking about partnering with them to see what they do, because I know they do really well with funding, stuff like that. But right now we're trying to figure out some more ways. We have T-shirts, obviously our club fees, stuff like that. But we're still trying to figure out a lot more effective ways that would actually work. But right now, this is something very important to us, a special interest. Yeah.
And finally, how many members would you be sending to the conference?
Yeah. So last year, I believe we sent 16, around that, and this year we're trying to send 20, 22. I think it's actually 22, but that's our main goal, is just to bring more and more members to show these kids, what we do actually at these conferences, to show them, the time of their life here in the city of Chicago. But hopefully next year we take more. But this year we're looking to take 22.
Any other questions? Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. And our last presentation will be from IEE, which is Institute of Electrical Engineers, right, guys? Great. Awesome. Thank you.
Good evening, SGA. My name is Blaise Gaspin. I'm the chair of IEEE. Basically, it's the Electrical Engineering Professional Society here on campus, and coming to you for funding for an upcoming conference. It's called the Rising Stars Conference. IEEE is an international organization. There's a chapter for the city of Dayton as well as UD. But basically, this conference is for young professionals to network, attend different seminars and other training opportunities. And this one will be in January. I'm asking for $900. I can give you a pricing breakdown. But basically, 3 of us are going to travel to it. We just recently had a computer building workshop. If any of you are engineers, I opened it up to all engineering majors for them to come and check it out. And what we want to do is expand on these kind of programs that are for the whole community here on campus, not just electrical engineers. So one of the programs and workshops that they're having at this conference is an Arduino building workshop, which is basically just like a mini computer, just like light programming type of things, very easy for people to get their hands on. So that's one opportunity there, as well as other seminars we really want to be able to attend. So the registration fee for this is just shy of $300 for the 3 of us, so that's $900. That's why I asked for $900 from SGA. I've already reached out to a couple different outlets, like the ECE department, electrical and computer engineering, as well as the national organization. And I actually just got $500 for that was for travel expenses from the national organization. So I've been working hard to find to make this work out for the 3 of us, and so we can attend. But I'd love to hear any questions you guys have, or I can explain anything further.
I got one. How many members in the IE?
So we're now at 160 members, and that's a good question. So actually, we've been doing a really good job this year of having more events, more events that people want to see. So we actually are seeing over the greater than 50% rise in attendance to all of our meetings. But yeah, part of our chapter is 160. And when I was in orientation freshman year, there was 40 electrical and computer engineers. So if you extrapolate that, that would mean almost every electrical and computer engineer is part of this society.
Awesome. And how many would you send to the conference?
We would be sending 3 delegates. So it's $295 for each registration fee. So 3 times $300, so $900.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Thanks so much, Blaise.
Thank you.
All right. Now that all of those organizations have completed their presentations, we are going to go ahead and move into Senate floor. Joe, are you ready?
Thank you, Mr. President. Before we get started this evening, just because this is our first round of special requests bills that we are going to process this year, I just wanted to do a brief overview of how we are going to proceed through the process, so bear with me here. So let's just go ahead and take a look at the Model UN bill that is in front of us this evening. Let's turn it over to the backside. What we're going to look at is, first and foremost, number 1 at the top, where it says $0.00. This is the number that we are going to decide as a group tonight, and how we're going to decide that is after the Vice President presents his rationale for his recommendation seen in bold halfway down the page. He will yield the floor, and then it will open up and someone will make a motion to fill in the blank. You will say, I move to fill in the blank, and what that means is we're going to literally fill in that $0.00. So what will happen then is, once we bring that to the floor, what will happen is everyone will raise their placard with what they recommend should be the amount to appear in that blank. And so, for example, Senator Schmidt might say, I recommend $1,000 because I, yada, yada, yada. Please provide, this is very important, please provide a rationale as to why you recommend the amount that you do, because some other people around the room may also agree with that. And if you just say I recommend $0 and then leave it at that, that's not helpful to the discussion. So then once we've exhausted all of the recommendations, once I see that no one else has any recommendations, we'll go around and move into a voting procedure to vote on the actual amount. So we'll list all of the amounts up on the projector, and then we'll go around, and the first amount to reach majority is the amount that will go in that number 1 approved blank spot. Does that make sense to everyone? And then after we get a number in there, then we'll have a motion to the previous question to actually vote on the bill as a whole. This is kind of important, as with all bills, please do not vote no on a bill if you have not voiced a concern over it, because, once again, we embrace debate here, et cetera, et cetera. Questions, comments, concerns about special requests, voting? Okay, as you can see, I was wrong that we did not have 6 bills, we have 5, so we have the 2 resolutions and then the 3 special requests. And seeing as the time is 6:28, I call Senate Board of Order. The roll, please.
Director Smith-Custer. Here. Director Enderby.
Here.
Director Elmore. Director Savage.
Here.
Senator Petros. Here. Senator Gual.
Present.
Senator Jagels.
Here.
Senator Ojeda. Senator Stewart. Here. Senator Reeves.
Present.
Senator Troutwine.
Here.
Senator Hubert.
Here.
Senator Ward. Present. Senator Schmidt.
Here.
Senator Silvas. Here. Senator Sundermeyer.
Present.
Senator Baeza. Senator Osterwich.
Present.
Senator Smith. Senator Twin.
Here.
18 voting members.
Thank you, ma'am. Seeing as there are 18 voting members in attendance, the majority will be 10 and 2/3 will be set at 12. Any old business? Seeing none, moving on to new business, further points or motions. Senator.
I move to bring the Senate Resolution 1819-4.
Do we have any seconds? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The chair recognizes Director Custer.
Let's skip the funding.
If you'd just like to introduce your resolution.
Yeah. So this is my committee member, Michael Saya. He was awesome and volunteered at the very first Asian American Association meeting to be the very first OMA member and AAA member on the Campus Unity Committee. And I would like to make his position an official position at SGA. It is already recognized in AAA. And of course, we'd like to continue this with other OMA orgs. So the purpose of this is to get other OMA orgs involved in SGA. For example, actually a great example tonight was that the Alphas had no idea they could come to SGA for funding. So building these connections and building these relationships helps break down that barrier and prevent situations like that from happening in the future. So Michael's done an awesome job. He's been a rock star on this committee, and I think he's a great model for this going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Further points or motions?
Point of information, is there more than just after that?
Yeah. My apologies, there appears to have been a problem with the printing. Please see page 2 on further points or motions.
Can you zoom in a little bit?
Point of information, would this still fall under the committee for Campus Unity?
Director.
Yes, this would be an official Campus Unity Committee position. So going forward, my goal would be for future directors to actively seek to fill this position. So it would not be like an SGA executive board position, just to clarify. It would be a Campus Unity position. And it would also jointly be an Asian American Association executive position.
Further points or motions? Senator?
Point of information, is there any history of something
Director?
It is unprecedented. It is the first, and my goal would be to recruit members from other Office of Multicultural Affairs organizations. But he is the very first, so Michael, you're doing amazing.
Further points or motions? Senator? Push in previous question. Do we have any seconds? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Moving to voting procedure on Senate Resolution 18-1904. All in favor, please raise your placards high at this time. All opposed? All abstained? With a vote of 17-0 to 1, Senate Resolution 18-1904 has passed. Further points or motions? Director.
Motion to bring Senate Bill 18-19-0604.
Do we have a second? All in favor say aye. All opposed? Vice President Rosati. Vice President Rosati. Vice President. Sir.
Okay, so I recommend that we're gonna give Model UN $1,358. The maximum they're allowed to receive is $4,597. Obviously, we can't give that entire amount to them because we only have a max of $10,000 to give to organizations throughout the semester. It says I recommend 1,000 right there. That's a total. It's actually 1,458. This event will actually take students on a trip, as Joey said, that will educate and change their lives essentially, and hopefully that would translate into educating other students here on campus. If we award this much, it would cover their delegate and delegation fees since they already awarded money for fall funding. I feel like that's a fair amount. I yield my time.
Thank you, Vice President. Further points or motions? 7 minutes. Motion to fill in the blank. Any seconds? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Moving to fill in the blank. Please raise your placards with any suggested dollar amounts at this time. Director.
1358.
1358. Any further amounts?
Other information.
Yes, sir.
Do we know how much we gave them last year?
Not off the top of my head. If we wanted to go back and look, we really could. Director.
Point of information. Do we have any idea how many more organizations are going to be coming to us for the rest of the semester asking for funding?
Vice President Rosati, do you have any idea how many other organizations may be coming to us for special requests?
To my knowledge, they said last semester I think there were 13.
Okay.
So
These are the first 3, correct?
yeah, there's 2 more that will be next Sunday or the Sunday after that for sure. So
Yeah, we should be knowledgeable of the study, only 10,000 to give away.
Thank you, Director. Further, Senator.
Point of information, the 1,358 covers all of the LEPs, correct?
right. That's his budget. So.
Further amounts? There we go.
I recommend $700. Actually $800. Because I think maybe they could, like, is it cost all like the hotel part? If it covers all the hotel, I mean, we could save some part, like, part of the hotel part.
Right.
Right.
If it would help the Senate, we could pull up a specific line item request. If that would help to figure out specific amounts in the future, we will have those provided for you. Would that be helpful? Show of head nods. Okay. We'll pull that up real quick just to give everyone a good idea of the specific. For point of information, their total amount received last year through fall funding and also special request was $3,100. Just one moment as we pull this up. How was everyone's weekend? It was good. Thank you for asking. Appreciate it. Alright, so the amount should appear on screen now, specific items than what was requested. Once again, in the future, this will be provided to you. Further amounts. Senator.
Keep going with one. $1,018.50. That would be 75% of the registration.
You said $1,018?
Yes.
Thank you. Further amounts?
So what's the total like? 290, it'll bring up to 1,000 for this year.
Point of information, why is the funding only 700 this year as opposed to 3,000?
It is based off of what is requested during each specific funding period. So that it's possible that more was requested at a different time. Okay, 3,000 including, that would include whatever we give them. Further amounts, Director? Yes, sir.
So, do we know how many, you might have asked this, do we know how many other groups that there could potentially get money from or funds from other than just us? And how much they really need us?
Said 13 with last year's numbers. We have 2 more next week.
Then he was asking what their other money's coming from, or like where they're getting money.
I'm not sure if that question was asked.
Well, he did say that they would like to have active efforts, like have a 5K if they didn't receive the funding. I guess that partially answers your question.
Further amounts? Yes, ma'am.
Will all the need funding from New York?
Yes. Yes, yeah. We are going to be starting for work. Just because I want to say so we are also in a deficit with our budget because our secretary last year had a little mess up with our budget, so we are in a devastating budget or current deficit. So this is extremely important to us, to say the least.
Further amounts? Yes, ma'am.
Can I further amount of listen?
Sure.
I think we should go with the VP's recommendation considering for a lot of these events like 2 people go and are impacted, but correct me if I'm wrong, so I think 22 people are trying to go. I think that's a pretty large amount in comparison to setting 2 or 3 people that are attending. I think that's a pretty good reason to at least pay for the delegation fees. So I would definitely stand behind the VP's recommendation.
Thank you. Further amounts?
More information. I know Connor already asked this, but can you just repeat what the delegation fees include again?
What is it? This is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Any further amounts? Yes, sir.
Motion to approve this one.
Seeing no further amounts, going once, going twice, we'll move into voting procedure on the amounts to appear on the bill, starting with the full amount they're eligible to receive, $4,596.7. $13,558. As that has reached majority, $1,350 is the amount that will appear on the bill. Further points or motions? Director?
Motion to bring Senate Bill 1819
Order, the Speaker left favorably upon a motion to the previous question.
Move to the previous question.
Move to the previous question. Any seconds? All in favor say aye. All opposed?
Sorry, I jumped a little bit.
You're fine. Moving into voting procedure on Senate Bill 1819-06 with the amount of $1,358. Please raise your placards at this time. All opposed? All abstaining? With a vote of 16 to 2 to 0, this bill passes. Further points or motions? Any seconds? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? The chair recognizes Vice President Rosati.
Okay, so the maximum amount that I'll file can receive is $903. I recommend that we give them $500 because they're a historic organization. It seems like they have good ideas and good plans to come. That being said, there are only 3 of them, so I find it difficult to give them $1,000 or $900. So that amount, $500, will cover their district fee and grant tax, and then we'll also give them a little extra for towards the insurance. And there also is no fall funding application.
Thank you, Vice President. Further points or motions? Senator.
Point of information, please see the itemized budget.
Yes, sir.
Motion to fill in the blank.
Seconds. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Please raise your placards with any suggested dollar amounts at this time, starting with the first one I saw.
Can you pull that back up, please?
Yes.
I suggest $354.54 because I think covering the district fee would be fair.
Thank you. Further amounts?
I suggest, yeah, I'll go with the same one.
Thank you.
$843. This, I determined that number by taking 80% of the insurance fee plus the district fee. Seeing as they're a new organization, I feel that they should be able to grow their potential on campus. And as much as we can do to, help them grow, I think that would be the best way to help after we establish.
Thank you, Senator. Director?
I suggest $903.63. Simply because in order for a new member to have permitting to cross, he needs to participate in that. Also, they need a new member in order to keep their chapter going as current members are graduating.
Thank you, Director. Further amounts? Senator?
$500.
Further amounts? Ms. Stewart?
$449.54. That's the district fee plus the grant tax minus that possible leftover towards insurance. If that makes sense.
Thank you, ma'am. Further? Director?
I would say 700 if we just want to cover the insurance fee. I think that would help a lot.
Further amounts? Going once? Going twice? We'll now move into voting procedure on the amount you fill in the blank, starting with the full amount the organization is eligible to receive with $903.63. Please raise your placards at this time. $843. Just as a point of information, you're allowed to support like multiple. So if you supported the 900, you might want to support the, okay, cool. $843, once again. $700. as that is the amount to reach majority, $700 is the amount to appear on the bill. Further points or motions? Yes, sir.
They were the ones who do get funding from their outside chapters, right?
Further points or motions, Director?
I just wanted to say that they do have a City of Dayton chapter, and they do get some funding from their alumni chapter. A little bit hard, so it's not going to cover all of those fees, so outside information.
Thank you, Director. Further points? Motion previous question. Any seconds? All in favor say aye. Thank you. All opposed? Moving into voting procedure on Senate Bill 1819-07. All in favor, please raise your brackets at this time. All opposed? All abstain? With a vote of 12 to 4 to 2. Yep, 12 to 4 to 2. This bill passes. Further points or motions cannot count today. Further points or motions. There are two options. Director.
Motion to bring Senate Bill 1819-08 to the floor.
Seconds. All in favor say aye. All opposed. Chair recognizes Vice President Rosati.
Okay, so IED, their maximum amount is $720, and I'm recommending that we give them all of that because, as Blaise said, they have a huge organization here on campus. It's affecting all the engineers in our school as a whole. This conference will help them get educated and hopefully pass that on to their fellow engineers here on campus. They've also raised some money themselves, which is showing that they're serious about this, and they will also award some money to keep that in mind. I recommend we give them some.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Further points or motions? Yes, sir. Motion to fill in the blank. Seconds. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Moving to fill in the blank, please raise your flag so that it's adjusted dollar amounts at this time. Starting with Senator Trout. Thank you. Further amounts? Going once? Going twice? Moving in voting procedure on the amount to appear on the bill, please raise your placards at the sign in favor of the Vice President's recommendation of $720, as that is the amount to reach majority. $720 is the amount to appear on the bill. Points and motions. Yes, Mr. Reese. Motion previous question. Any seconds? All in favor say aye. All opposed. Moving into voting procedure on Senate Bill 1819-08. All in favor, please raise your placards at this time. With a vote of 18 to 0 to 0, this bill passes. Further points or motions? Yes, sir.
Move to bring Senate Resolution 1819-05 to the floor.
Second. All in favor say aye. All opposed. Chair recognizes Director Smith-Custer.
Last week, also recommended committee member Saya again. We had our first successful event partnering with the Asian American Association. The event was a panel discussion talking about the Asian American and Pacific Island experience on campus and in general. Overall, it was a success. We had about, the number again, 45 students and 2 faculty members attended. This also would not have been possible without the Center for International Programs.
Thank you, Director. Further points or motions? Motion previous question. Any seconds? All in favor say aye. All opposed? Moving into voting procedure on Senate Resolution 1819-05. All in favor, please raise your placards at this time. With a vote of 18 to 0 to 0, this resolution passes. To adjourn. Any seconds? All in favor say aye. All opposed?
I actually don't object.
Mr. Reese.
Point of information, I can't bring back Senate Resolution 1804 because I abstained, but I think we should table it for the next one. Can you pull it back up real quick?
Yes.
Just so you can like actually think about it and like go back and think about the pros and cons and the effects that it'll have on student government. Just adding another division is kind of a big deal. I think we should have some more time to go over it. So if anyone who voted for it wants to bring it back up so we can table it, go for it, but I can't.
Further, Senator Trautwein.
Point of information, the individual who got the position does not sit on Senate.
Right.
Correct.
Director.
I don't know if point of information is right, but I mean, I don't see why not, because I mean, it doesn't hurt anyone, it just adds a committee spot, which, if anything, we need more active committee members than inactive ones, and like, it doesn't affect any voting or obviously any internal structure. I mean, it just adds another way for a student on campus to get involved with the organization, so I don't see how if anything, it adds, it doesn't take away anything from us.
Director.
It also connects us to the Office of Multicultural Affairs, and as we just saw, for example, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated did not know to apply for fall funding. That's just another example. AAA did not know to apply for fall funding. These organizations are organizations that we do not reach, and connecting them in this way is Campus Unity's goal within SGA. And I'd like to do that better than we have before, and by doing this, we reach the Office of Multicultural Affairs directly and all of the students in which it represents.
Thank you, Director. Further points or motions? Director.
Okay, so I think if this does happen, we have to consider if the Asian American Association does have a spot, which I think is a good thing. There is a good possibility this won't just be the last one. With this made as a new trend, it's very realistic. There can at least be 3 or 4 more organizations to do this. So I just wanted to put that in everyone's mind.
Senator, do you have something?
Yeah, I'll leave.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Wait, real quick. One information to just kind of talk about that, because honestly, in the committees themselves, the more members you have working on projects, the better off your committee is. Because I have a committee right now, and like I have a few reps and stuff, and they're all working on different projects and stuff. So like, it doesn't affect this at all. It doesn't affect the organization. It just adds value, and if we have more people on it and more people involved, that's always a good thing in my opinion. Now, if it was affecting the structure of who gets to vote and how that operates, then I think we would need a longer discussion, but since it's just a committee spot, it doesn't hurt us.
Director.
Also, I would like to add, thank you. This person fulfilling this role right now has been doing it since August, and he has honestly almost single-handedly planned a couple events, including last week's and the weeks before. A lot of things that Campus Unity has done, he's contributed and made possible. So considering that we are reaching a new group of people,
Thank you, Director. Further points or motions?
Thank you. I like the debate.
Further points or motions?
To
Adjourn. Any seconds? All in favor say aye. All opposed? Senator Gao.
I'm moving to payroll Senate Bill 1890-06 because I feel like it's too much money for Monterey. Like they don't have to pay for they don't have to pay for their own something else.
Were you?
We've already passed the.
Did you vote against it?
Yes.
Okay, so it would need to be someone who voted for it to bring that motion to the floor. Further points or motions? Move to adjourn. Any seconds? All in favor say aye. All opposed? Meeting adjourned.
Real fast, you guys. Just a couple things. Real fast, you guys cannot ask questions once we're on Senate floor, like the presenters. Once we're on Senate floor, it has to be amidst the senators and directors. And then just make sure you're wearing business professionals to these meetings. And then make sure you're going to your committee meetings, right, or beneficial assets. And thank you all for such